Hi all, welcome back to the Digital and Content and Copywriting course with me, Suprayogi. So in this video, we are going to learn about social media, especially social media content pillars. So as the future aspiring digital content specialists, both the writers and also the planners, let's learn about these important points of social media content pillars. So everyone, to begin with, let's think about this definition. What is actually content pillars? So think of it as a building strong foundations and detailed blueprints of your content house. Okay, foundations and blueprints. So without this, your content effort might feel scattered and lack of the clear directions. So what is actually content pillars? So imagine them as the core themes or the subjects that define your brand's identity, your expertise, and your value that you want to offer to your audience or the customers. So content pillars is the fundamental topics around which of all your contents will revolve. So topics or content pillars is quite the same. So when other people may be bothered why this pillars is important, yes, because it provides multitude of benefits. Number one is that to make your contents has a clarity and focus. Number two, so that your brand has a consistency in content making. Number three is to have your brand authority. Number four, it's for your content efficiency, so that you will be focusing on that one. And the next one is that for your SEO or search engine optimization's benefit, because you will be mentioning the popular keywords that will be related to your brand. So we have in linguistic terms co-location, where other words appear with other words. And the last one, of course, it is for your audience connections. This content pillars is actually to maintain your audience to stay there, to always wait for what kind of content that you are creating. So now let's move to the characteristic of the content pillars. At least we have 4 characteristics. The first one is that broad but focused. What does it mean? It means that they're wide enough to generate a substantial amounts of content, but specific enough to align with your brands. Broad but focused. Number 3 is that evergreens. Evergreens means that they should be relevant and interesting to your audience over the long terms. Yeah, do not specific on, for example, this year only, but for the long terms. Number 3 is that align with the brand values and goals, because this directly reflect what your brand stands for and help you to achieve your business objective. For example, it is to building a authority, it is driving sales, or to foster the community. And the last one, a content pillar should be audience-centric. What does it mean? They address the needs, the interests, and the pain points of your target audience. That's why it should be audience-centric. All right, so what are the samples of the content pillars? So it can be about promotions, education, entertainment, engagement, consumer review, inspirations, industry news or trends, values and impacts, and behind the scenes, or we have many more. But remember that not every pillar is used by the brand. For example, certain brand only pick 3 of this 10, or maybe other brands also use better to use entertainment and promotion and customer review, because they focus on the driving the sales rather than to bring to build a brand image. So they have their own choice and preference for these content pillars that they are choosing. So now, let's take a look at the promotional pillars. So promotional pillars focusing on driving sales and awareness about the products or services that we offer. So it can be related to our product or service launch, like announcing new offers, announcing new features, or announcing the improvement that we have, like new products or new services provided that not existed before. Number 2, promotional pillars can be about sales and discounts. So it highlights like limited time offer. For example, discounts last until the end of May. Or maybe it's only valid until the second buyings, for example. Or it can be related to the promotions like 20% off sales today or bundling product buyings. Okay, so promotional pillars also related to the seasonal campaigns. That is tying promotion to holidays, tying promotions to the events, or maybe the specific time of the year. For example, we have a seasonal campaigns of Ramadan, seasonal campaigns of Christmas, seasonal campaigns of Easter, and many more. Okay, so promotional pillars can be also about behind the scenes of offer. So these explain the value of the propositions and the benefits of the promotions. Okay, we have other ideas like early bird access and also maybe gift guides and many more. So that's all about promotional pillars is about. Second one is educational pillar. So education pillar, it doesn't mean it is about the course. It is not about the teaching, but it provides valuable information to build the expertise and also to help the audience to understand brand's domain. So it can be about the industry insights and trends, like we share the knowledge and the perspective on the relevant topics. It can be about the problem-solving content, like addressing the common pain points and also the solutions that we offer. It can be about expert interviews. It can be about the terminology or the glossary of terms. It can be also about the case studies. So that's all the example of the subtopics in educational pillar. So the next one is that entertainment pillar. This is the most engaging one right now. That is captivating audience and to build emotional connections, and in the end, this makes the brands more relatable to the audience. It can be done through the stories and narrative, where you engaging the stories that resonate the audience values or interests. It can be about interactive content like giving quizzes, polls, games, or maybe contest, or maybe BTRs behind the scenes of the company cultures, like you show the human side of the brands, or you have a generative visual art, so you hire photographers or illustrations or any kinds of the animation. And the last one is that the user-generated contents, like the entertaining one, like sharing funny or creative content from your audience. All right, engagement pillars. So engagement pillar fosters the interactions and then builds the community, as well as to encourage the dialogues with the audience. So this one can be done through the running contest or giveaway, and then having a live question and answer sessions, and a community spotlight, or maybe you directly respond to the comments and message, showing that you are listening their feedbacks and you are proactive toward the comments that they give. Or maybe the last one is that you create a dedicated online communities like specific forums, groups, or another space for the interactions. The last one is that the review pillars. Okay, so review pillars is built for the trust building and then social proof to show the experiences of other customers. So it can be done through the product rating and review, then you capture that, post it into social media, and then another user-generated contents, and then case studies, and then or maybe influencer reviews or partnership. So in this context, you can see that similar subtopic, but it can be focused on actually the bigger pillar that you want to build. So we need this pillar to have the consistency in posting so that your audience will be focused. Oh, if I want to learn more about A, then I should go to this Instagrams or this brand. If I want to get the entertainment, then I stay in this brand, and etc. Okay, so this is the last one that I give the sample for you for today's sessions, is the inspirational pillar. So inspirations can be related to motivating the audience, uplift the audience, and connects with the audience aspirations. So these inspirational pillars can be done through the motivational quotes or message, so it can generate another shares, and then showing the vision and missions of the brands, and then having a tips like maybe personality development tips, or offering advice and resources for growth, or maybe about artistic and creative expression by sharing visually appealing and thought-provoking contents. Okay, so content pillar is very essential for the brand itself before we move to what kind of contents that you want to produce and post. This is the foundations, like the house. It has the pillars. It is actually the strong strategy before we move to the next step. All right, after being familiar with what kind of the content pillar that we can make and then what are the subtopics, let's take a look at the samples. The first samples that I've given to you is that from the brand of Red Bull. So Red Bull here is that a energy drinks. Then let's take a look at the Instagrams of the Red Bulls, how Red Bull built the brands. Okay, so you can take a look at the screens. Okay, you can see from the beginnings until the end. So if you see that, you see a lot of pictures of people doing sports, because basically the content pillars of Red Bulls consist of three. Number one is the extreme sports and adventures. So think of the cliff diving, snowboarding, Formula One racing, and other extreme sport, because Red Bull as an energy drink is actually associated with something extreme, something with full energy. So that's why the brand have this voice. Number two is that music and cultures. This content pillar feature the emerging artists, festivals, and other cultural events, because Red Bull's associated with something fun, something hype. That is why music and culture are put as the content pillars of the Red Bulls. And then the last one is that the innovations and technology. This is related to their sponsor activities like showcasing the cutting edge of the human performance and technological advancements in their fields. Okay, so that's the samples of the content pillars in Red Bulls. Okay, from energy drinks, let's move to second example, that is Patagonia. Are you familiar with these brands? Okay. Patagonia is a clothing brand, but it's aspired to be the sustainable one. So let's take a look at the contents that we have from Patagonia here. Okay, so you can see it on the screens. Okay, something that is so trendy, up to date, fashionable, but still eco-friendly. So if we can conclude from the content that we have, the content pillars of Patagonia consist of four. The first one is that environmental activism and conservation. This is to raise awareness about environmental issues and also advocating it for the solutions. Number two is that the sustainability and responsible manufacturing. So they show the transparency of their productions and then its process and the commitments to minimize the environmental impacts. Number three is that the outdoor adventures and explorations. The team showcasing the inspiring people to connect with the nature through the story and also the outdoor pursuits. And the last one is that the product knowledge. So product knowledge in this context is that provide valuable information about their products and how to take care of them. So it's different, right? So The first one, they're focusing on the 3 content pillar, and this one focusing on the 4 content pillars. So different brands, different numbers of content pillars, and different types of the content pillars. So it's time for you to browse, for example, other brands like maybe automotive, or maybe the brands about the property, about maybe groceries, marketplace, technologies like mobile phones or laptop, or other brands that we can observe. Or maybe in the future, in what kind of brand you are aspired to be. Okay? So, alright, so we'll see you in the next video, and let's learn more to be the aspiring digital content specialist, especially in English. Bye-bye.